Oof, I am back and I am live. All right, so Positive I Talk story. Let's go. Got my good friend Coach Jess coming through. Nurse, holistic health coach, based in SoCal. Nice, beautiful day today, dude. So, I'm gonna chill, get the connection, get it ready. Let's see here. Let's see. Oh, there we go. What's up? All right, let me shoot you this invite right quick. All right, hey, what's going on here? So let's see here. Go live with. Oh, why aren't you popping up? Look at this. I don't know why Instagram is messing with me. I don't think they like me. Let's see here. So Jess, from your end, can you actually shoot me an invite to request jumping on my live? I don't know why it doesn't want to show this option for me to add you on. Here. Let's see. I'm going to send this to you. Wave. Oh, here we go. Yes, got it. Ooh. Persistence pays. All right.
Yeah.
Ooh, we're on, and we're live. Yes. What's up? How's it going? All right.
Thank you for having
So
me
I figured
on.
out why. No, yeah, I actually figured out why I was banned, cause yeah. So basically, one of my stories or one of my posts was of me and Elijah wrestling, and we were shirtless. So they actually sent a message to like, oh yeah, your story was I guess it showed nudity and sexual activity. And I was like, oh shit, okay. So I guess there's no more wrestling with me and Elijah shirtless. Yeah.
Got it. You know what?
But,
I'm gonna put my headphones on so I can hear you better.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me good?
I'm gonna put my headphones on so I can hear you
Okay,
a
cool.
little better. Can you hear me though?
Nice.
Can
Oh yeah,
you hear
right
me?
there. There you go. Big time, dude.
Okay,
Yep,
cool.
yep. Cool. Yeah, dude. So yeah, I figured it out. They sent me a message and then they said, yeah, dude, stop wrestling.
Put your shirt back on.
or put on the shirt.
It's all good.
Thank you so much for being here. You know what I'm
Of
saying?
course.
So
Thank you
like
for
you said,
having
divine
me.
timing. And actually, yesterday was super cloudy, super windy. So I'm actually stoked. It's overcast a little bit, but the sun is actually out today. So I'm stoked.
Yeah, it's a nice day.
But yeah, solid. I mean, no stress, divine timing and all the good stuff. But yeah,
right.
So thank you. Positive I Talk story is basically my way of kind of connecting circles. Yeah, so I have my circle of friends, your circle of friends and family members, and kind of just exchanging energy and just introducing our energy and our vibe. Yeah.
Nice. I
no
love
real
that.
structure. Yeah, the only structure I have is basically we're just going to talk about you, your positive high growing up, your positive high, I guess, through the years, and then your positive high as far as like now, and as far as kind of and how that kind of shapes who you are today. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, but other than that, yeah, talking story like back home in Hawaii is like organic. Just okay, it's either one-on-one or in a group setting. It's not like, okay, we're gonna be here, we're gonna talk about this. It's more of like, okay, we're here, let's enjoy our time together, and yeah, just kind of vibe out pretty much. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, first off, it's kind of the whole usual spiel as far as like who you are, where you're from, and I guess like what you do now as far as your passion and your profession.
Okay, so I'm Jess Guzman. I like going by Jess. I feel like Jessica is so formal, right? And it reminds me kind of like when my dad would sit me down to talk about something serious. He'd be like, Jessica, come over here. I like going by Jess Guzman.
Nice.
And I live out here in California, so Orange County. I just moved, so I am now in the city of Placentia. And let's see, so I'm a certified holistic health coach. I do a little bit of everything, right? So I actually started off in the medical field as a nurse. And, you know, I guess my thing has always been wanting to help people some way, somehow. And I thought, okay, nursing. And plus, you know, we make a good living, right? And as soon as I started my career, I found that, yes, I still wanted to help people, but it wasn't how I wanted to do it, right? So long story short, a big part of what encouraged me to take this route was when I got pregnant with my daughter, who's now 9 years old. I was experiencing anxiety and anxiety, panic attacks. And I started looking into natural alternatives to help me with that. And then I went back to school, learned a lot about nutrition, and decided to become a health coach and kind of venture off on my own, right?
Nice.
So, what's the other question you wanted me to answer?
Oh, that's basically it right there, dude. And then
Okay.
yeah, so just kind of just it's like a whole basis of like who you are, what you do as far as like your passion and everything like that. But yeah, so when you create that shift from like nursing to, I guess, like health and holistic coaching and stuff, was it a smooth transition, or was it more of like, oh crap, I gotta kind of go here first, or was it more of a smooth, like, okay, I'm already in the health and medical field, now I can kind of go transition into holistic health? Was it kind of because the Western medicine and holistic health is kind of, I know, is intermingling, but this kind of separate, right? It's like, okay,
right.
we just treat, here's a symptom, here's the medicine. Holistic health, you're looking at the root problem, right? The root,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So, how was that?
For me, the transition was confusing, right? Because when I was learning about these different modalities, especially when it comes to holistic health, we're looking at the person as a whole. And you're absolutely right. It's the root cause, like why, right? So some people complain of gut issues and digestive health, and most doctors don't think that it may be, yes, it may be related to stress, but then also what type of stress, right? So what type of stress are you experiencing? Because at the end of the day, we all experience stress very differently, right? So, shifting from just giving someone the prescription that the doctor wrote out and saying, okay, here's this prescription, here's your pill, kind of good luck, I hope that you take it, and when you come back to us, you should be better, to now, because I was also in clinical research. So, we are testing these medications, these big pharmaceutical companies are giving us money to test these medications and thinking like, this is the answer, right? So going into this holistic and natural approach, now I'm finding out, wait a minute, it's not just a pill, and it's not just what I eat, because learning about nutrition, I'm thinking, okay, this should solve the issue, right? So for me, I'm passionate about mental health. So I'm thinking, well, I'm not eating McDonald's anymore. I'm not, drinking as much coffee as I was before. Why am I still not feeling well? So I went from nursing to nutrition to then really studying our mind and body as one, versus it being so separate. So now I'm starting to see like, oh, okay, it's not just what you're eating. Now it's how are you coping with stress? How am I coping with stress? Right. Going into the positive high. I mean, back then it's like, well, I was in my 20s, in my early 20s, I was having fun, still, loved to drink, and that's how I reduce stress, right? But then I start, not really liking how I'm feeling the next day, because I want to get my workout in, right? Like I want to, do fun things with my kids and my family and my friends. So, it wasn't a smooth transition at all. I had to unlearn a lot of things that I learned in the medical field, right? Especially being in like I said, clinical settings for, you know, the 9 years that I was in the nursing field. So it was not a smooth transition. And till this day, I am learning new things all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's cool you say that because we're talking about, you know, homeschooling stuff with Elijah, kind of transitioning. He
Okay.
was like, because he's gonna be in kindergarten in August, so he was like,
Okay.
so I guess his mind is like, okay, it's my first year of elementary school. I'm gonna be in first grade. He's like, no, you're gonna be in kindergarten. So then we're like, okay, so what's after first grade? So we go, oh, first, second, third, and then go to 12th grade. It's like, if you want, you can go to college, you know, 13, 14, 15. And he was like,
Yeah.
well, and then after college, after that, I'm done. It's like, I mean, if you want to get your master's and study more, you can. And it's like, okay, what about after that? Then I was like, son, you're never gonna stop learning. It's like, yeah,
Right.
so
Absolutely
like, oh,
right.
okay, but yes, same thing with you. Like as far as like for my fitness journey, I was like when I first got into it, was more of like bodybuilding. It's like, all right, dude, let's just get super buff, so let's just get really ripped, it's big as fuck. And eventually, as I started transitioning through it, I was like, oh shoot, there's more. There's more like about mobility and movement. And then as far as getting into fitness and just now transitioning to health, the wellness, and it's more of a holistic. That's when I developed the whole positive high system, which is I have 6 elements. Is it's pretty much the holistic view of mindset, knowledge, nutrition. You got restoration, movement, and then you have your supportive environment. So with those 6 elements nourishing each other like an ecosystem, that's where you can nourish your positive high. So you're living in like Aloha. Yeah. So it's like at first it's funny. It's kind of like with nursing. It's like, okay, you still want to help people. I want to help people get fit and stuff. You still want to help people feel better. But instead of prescribing a workout, it's more of like, okay, who is this person? How does this person feel? Or how does this person kind of relate to actually working out? Like, what is their experience with food, with their mindset? So now I'm taking more of a holistic approach. It's like, if 2012 Surge or 2011 Surge saw me now, it's like, oh shit, who's this fucking hippie? It's like, I'm actually talking about like mindset. It's like, oh shit, okay, like fitness, like what do you enjoy? It's like, okay, what type of stuff, feelings or stuff that is brought up when you're doing certain movements and stuff like that. So it's like, it's not going to be all like joyful movement and stuff. You still got to challenge yourself, like strength training. It's not going to be fun, right? You're challenging yourself, but it's going to be for yourself, right? So but yeah, it's just we're kind of like same journey. It's like kind of branching out, and I'm always learning. It's like like attracting people like you. It's like, oh all right, cool. So but yeah, as far as and same thing like you, like 20s, you know, we're in 20s, fucking partying, raging, and all this other stuff. But that was like my positive high was with I guess it was positive because I was with people, but you know, just getting drunk, all this other stuff. And finally, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. That's when I found my trainer, my coach, my mentor. That's when I was like, oh shoot, this is how it feels like to kind of just move my body, and then instead of getting that alcohol high, that party high, now I'm shifting it to a fitness high. Yeah, so that's where I got the
and
whole
it has so many
like,
positive effects. Yep.
And then I started watching what I'm eating. I started slowly drinking a little less. I'm still, you know, getting drunk and stuff, partying, but eventually now I'm shifted to where this is my positive high, like talking to people like you, going through the movement aspect, eating, you know, delicious food, still enjoying my food. You know what I'm saying? Not like through, like, oh, let me count my macros. Oh, I can't have that. It's 100 calories. It's more of like, okay, it's like, how do I feel right now? It's like, okay, I want to eat this food, but I know how much to eat to make me feel nourished and not feel like guilty.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. So, absolutely.
Yeah. As far as like, I guess transitioning to positive high, like when you were a kid, like what were some things you loved doing as a child?
Dancing.
Ooh,
that was super easy. Dancing. I mean, till this day, I always talk about this. Like, you know, yes, intentional exercise, body movement is very important, right? Like we all want to feel challenged some way, somehow. I know that it's not, like I always say as well, it's not a popular answer, but we all want to feel challenged some way, somehow. That's how we grow, right? That's how we evolve. But when it comes to exercise, and especially if in your mind, like you said, you had a kind of a funky experience with it or a bad experience with it, I actually get a lot of clients who were athletes in high school and in college. So they relate working out to being on a very strict regimen and,
Mm-hmm.
winning. And,
Mm-hmm.
they're like, Jess, I don't know how to eat healthy. Like, no one taught me that. They just taught me
Yeah.
to carb load before, a game, or to carb load afterwards, and eat a lot of protein, right?
Yeah.
And work out really hard. So when people think of exercise, some people do relate it back to like their high school days or their college days where they were training for to win a game, right? Or to keep a scholarship. Hi, it says earthing and grounding,
Andre, yep.
shining guys.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yeah. So now with going back to what I enjoyed doing as a child, dancing, I still enjoy it now. And whenever I don't feel like working out, because we can't always go off of feelings, right? Like it's
Yeah.
something that I also share with my clients, like be very cautious about that. Like it's great to go within and listen to our intuition, those gut feelings, but there are going to be days where you don't feel like eating healthy. There's going to be days when you don't feel like working out. And, those are the days that for me, I connect back with what I used to love as a child, which was dancing. So whenever I want to get some exercise in, I go, okay, let me put some good music on. Let me start dancing. And that, it like really just puts me in that zone and helps me transition from like not feeling like it to now I'm like, I'm in my groove. Like I'm ready to go.
Yeah. No, that's super. That's solid to say that because like for me, one of my positive highs I've been doing for the past 2 years is capoeira. So like
Okay.
there's days. So I have my strength training days like Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, and there's some days it's like okay, I kind of really feel like doing it, but then like capoeira, I can do that whenever I want. Like I can just start moving, grooving, and then so usually if I feel that like oh shit, I kind of don't feel like doing
Hey
my
guys.
strength training. Hey, what's up? Dancing does help, dude. I just start playing. I just play reggae music and I start doing some capoeira. I start moving, just kind of get my body moving, and then that's how I kind of warm up, just kind of feeling good. And then it's like, all
Okay.
right, cool, I'm moving. My kettlebells are here. Let's go. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, so I'm like, I'm warming up through like positive high and getting that feeling of like of goodness, right? So then
Yeah,
now it's
there
like,
you
okay,
go.
now my body's moving already. The weights are here. Let's go. So,
There
but
you go.
no, yeah, that's super solid. And then as far as like dancing, was it like just like freestyle dance, or did you do like hip hop dancing groups and stuff, or like what?
Freestyle. Well, as a child, my mom did have me. And I just remembered this not too long ago. Like, wait, I was actually in dance for a long time as a child. So
Yeah.
it was in a group setting, and we did different types of dance moves, right, and different choreographies. But for me, I've always loved salsa and merengue. So for all
Oh,
my
nice.
Latinos out there, like that's what I love. That's what just kind of lights me up, right? And helps me either get the day going or my workout going. But yeah, freestyle. Like I'm all about freestyle.
Yeah, nice, dude. And then, well, I see your videos and stuff. You're always grooving, dude. Just friggin' just busting
Yeah.
moves. So I already know that your childhood positive high transition into adulthood, right? Yeah. So
Yeah,
and as far as like
definitely.
using dance with your clients and stuff, like a majority of them are do they kind of like as for me like there's times where as like a guy it's like not like masculine to dance, but now it's like I don't give a fuck, dude. I'm gonna dance wherever, right? Yeah, yeah. So have you used like have you used someone's like I guess like inner dance or like closet dance to kind of help them rise forward through movement and stuff, or is it more of
Yes,
you just kind of yeah
absolutely.
yeah
Yes. So as far as my coaching clients go, I always encourage them to begin this journey by connecting to something that lights them up, right? So say for example, I just finished with a client who was actually a professional salsa dancer. And I don't know if she's watching this and if she wants to be like, that was me. But you know,
Yeah.
and she never, you know, she hasn't worked out for a very long time, right? So you know, we started there, like, okay, girl, and she's a mom of two little girls, right? And so we were also trying to incorporate some self-care in her routine and just some time for her, not mom, not wife, you know, nothing else, just some time for her, right? And exercise was one of those motivating factors. So I suggested, like, okay, well, how did you love moving, like when you weren't a mom yet, right? Like when you felt more energetic, like what did you do? Did you ever play a sport before? And she goes, well, I was actually a professional salsa dancer. And I'm like, boom, there you go. Let's do
Yeah.
that, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
one of the ways that she created like this nourishment menu for herself was going out on Wednesday to try out a new salsa class. So what I watched my
Let's
many
see.
people. Oh,
But notice positive vibe system, you realize that he's the only one connected. Oh yeah. Like, well, Jess is another one, dude. Jess is actually talking exactly what I do with my clients because the
love
rediscovery
it.
of your positive high. Yeah, so like I'm not the only one, Andre, dude. Right here, Jess is doing it, dude, for
No,
real,
well, I
100%.
mean, I do think that's why we aligned with one another, right? And like the things that we're doing, that's why we connected, because we're like, yes, I'm not just about like the, you know, let's work out and let's, you know, eat, you know, 100 grams of protein a day or whatever. Yeah, we try to connect everything. But yeah, going back to my client, you know, that's we found her thing. Like, yeah, let's use that to encourage you to incorporate some self-care, some nourishment, some movement. So yes, I mean, my answer was really long, but
No, yeah,
there
that's
you
all.
have
Yeah,
it.
because for me, I kind of dubbed it positive high specific training. So now it's like, so for example, for your say client who loves salsa, for me, okay, now let's incorporate some strength training, some stamina training, and some mobility training in order for you to engage in your positive high. So for you to be stronger, to last longer on the dance floor, to actually
Love
share your
that.
positive high. Yeah,
Okay.
so yeah, so that's like whenever I have my consultation, usually 100% of the people, they want to, you know, lose fat and like look better, right? So then
Mm-hmm.
eventually, yeah, we're gonna hold on to that goal, but then I kind of same thing like you, dive deeper, like what brought you joy for movement? Because there's everyone has a positive high, dude. Yeah, whether it's, you know, movement or like, you know, video games or whatever, there's something that you
Yeah.
enjoy,
Or
right? So
painting,
painting, yep,
drawing.
yep, yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
So then even like say for example video games, like it's a pretty sedentary you know activity if unless you're doing like, you know, Revolution, you see in VDR,
Yeah.
this brain going off in VDR, but you know for the most part, so like kind of like gamifying your actual training and stuff. It's like, okay, cool, right now you're on level 1. Okay, like if you play like role-playing game, you know, you gotta get more experience points. Level 1,
Uh-huh.
okay, now you're on, you know, 10 squats. If you gain more experience points, you're gonna go up to a weighted squat to level 2, right? So
Okay.
kind of like yeah, same thing with what Andre was saying, connecting the dots with people's
Yeah,
life experience, right?
for
So
sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
see, man, I told you, dude, we're vibing, exchange of energy. But yeah, as far as going back to your practice and stuff, who do you usually work with? Like, who's your like typical, I guess, client or people you usually attract?
Definitely women, and women who are looking to incorporate these.
Shoot, connections. Yo, yeah, you, yeah, that part you kind of broke. You're kind of breaking up real quick. kind of frozen. Can you hear me? No, it's cool. Here we go. Three, two, one, and can you hear me now?
Technical difficulties. Could you hear me okay?
Yeah,
Okay, so I'm gonna just keep talking. If you guys could hear me, I'm gonna keep
I
talking.
got you. Yeah, just go. Just go. Yeah,
Okay.
I got you.
Okay, so yeah, so I work with women who want to start incorporating either movement or a better nutrition plan. Women who tend to shy away from self care because they're very driven women or they're moms, right? And they quote unquote don't have the time to work out, or they don't know where to start as far as like eating healthy and taking care of themselves. And I work with a lot of women who struggle with emotional eating. So my thing is, I want to support you in your mental health and wellness journey. So these are all things that we talk about throughout my program to get to their core why of they want to get healthier, stronger, why they want to feel better, right? And really just it's all about stepping into whatever life you envision, but truly feeling your best within. Because it doesn't matter what you look like out here. If in here and in here, you're not aligned, you're not
Yep.
connected, you don't feel like you're thriving. So,
Yep.
yeah, I work with men too, but mostly women. Yeah, I
Nice.
don't know, I
No, yeah,
align and attract. Yeah, so that's why I work with.
totally, dude. Yeah, because then your energy is gonna attract who your inner self is gonna attract, right? So, but
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's super solid because yes, same thing. It's yeah, our practice is like exactly aligned, dude. Because then yes, the same thing. Like as far as like the movement, like for me, like I realize like everything as far as enhance, and it's more of an enhancement, right? So it's not
Yeah.
necessarily creating change, because then once people think change, they think, oh shit, I gotta fucking change all this stuff. But it's more of like, okay, what you're doing now is good, right? But now let's just
Mm-hmm.
enhance what you're doing, right? And then
Right.
kind of
Yes.
yeah, exactly, yeah, just like finding the good stuff that you're already doing, and then kind of finding the good stuff that you've did before, but for some reason you stopped, right? So now bringing back the good stuff
Yes.
now, the good stuff before, and now
Yeah.
looking to enhance the future good stuff, right? So now you got
Right.
all that good stuff instead of feeling
Right.
like, oh shit, I gotta work out this many times. I gotta work. I gotta eat this. I gotta track my sleep, do all this stuff. It's like, nah, man. Let's start where you're at, right? So let's start there,
Yeah.
and then let's start to enhance, right? Yeah. So
Exactly. Yeah. I
shit,
love
dude.
that.
See,
Yeah.
yeah, you're yeah. All the stuff you do is exactly what I do as far
Great.
as like the vibe. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, as far as like getting to like holistic health coaching and like being certified and stuff, because I kind of want to dive deeper into it for myself.
Okay.
What did you like? Well, did you go to a school or like an online certification course? Like, what did you do as far as like learning more in depth as far as holistic health?
Yeah, so I started off by going to a community college, which I was fortunate enough to have my boss that I previously worked years now, right? So after leaving the clinical research company a little bit, then I went into detox and rehab. And then from there, I took another break. I was like, oh, this isn't, yeah, no, I don't want to
Yeah.
be in this field. Um, so then I found this weight loss company, right? And once again, not knowing too much about this holistic approach, just knowing that I wanted to learn more about nutrition. I was actually going to go to school to be a dietitian, and I took a few classes, right? I'm like, okay, dietitian for sure. That's what I want to be. And, landed this job as a nurse. And one of the things that I mentioned to my previous boss is that I wanted to go back to school to become a dietitian. And he's like, okay, well, interesting, because we wanted to hire a nutritionist, to help our clients reach their goals. So I was like, okay, cool. Well, he hired me. A few months later, he shared a program with me out here in California through Saddleback College, which is in Mission Viejo. And he's like, look, I know that becoming a dietitian is going to take you, another 4 years, depending on, whether you want to get your master's and all this good stuff, right? So he's like, there's this program at Saddleback College, which was literally down the street from where I was working. Yeah, he's like, there's this program, and it'll take you about 6 months to a year. So he like had done his own research too, right? Because he's like, I need to get someone in here to help coach our clients, and he's like, I would be willing to pay for it. So that's how I ventured off into like, okay, it is true. I do want to learn more about nutrition, and I really am self-taught. Like, not only did I do all of these certifications, but you talk to the people closest to me and they're like, Jess will be like reading all day long about nutrition. So I took the certification program, a nutrition certification program through Saddleback College, and finished that and used that at my previous job. And I was with them for about 5 years, and then
nice.
from there I said, well, how can I work for myself, because I was still working for a doctor, right? So I was able to counsel these patients, but under my doctor's license. So it's like, okay, how can I do this on my own, like without having to work for anyone else? And I started doing my research, learned about becoming a health coach, and I wanted to make sure that I was legit. I did an online program. I did a couple. So I know that maybe right now some of you don't, maybe have the means to invest in programs like this, but you got to start somewhere. Of transformational nutrition program. So it's been quite a journey. So going back, I've done a few programs. The first one, thankfully, my boss paid for that, and the other two it was a pretty big investment for me, but till this day, I think it's completely worth it. I continue to learn,
Nice.
So I continue to take different certifications whenever I can. But so HCI and ITN have been the programs that I've taken.
Cool. Yeah. After our talk, you gotta shoot me those websites too.
Yeah, for sure.
Advanced kind of.
For sure.
Not necessarily like prove that I'm legit, but more of like, okay, like what is the actual like protocol? Like how are people taking on the holistic health point of view? Yeah. But the cool thing, just like hearing that whole story, it all started with you just opening your mouth to be like, hey, I want to do this.
Yeah,
hey,
for sure.
This is the path I want to take. But imagine like if you didn't say or verbalize that out loud, your boss wouldn't have known, right? You would have just been
right.
I want to, I want to. Yeah, so like that's like one powerful thing too. It's like if you have a desire, it's like tell everybody. It's like, hey, I want to do this. Hey, do you know anyone who does this, right?
Absolutely, so, for sure.
Yeah, that's what I kind of learned for myself too. It's like kind of, I don't know if it's a Hawaii thing or kind of just like how I was raised, but like I kind of don't want to like before, like I don't want to rock the boat or like cause any waves or like kind of be more like, hey, look at me kind of thing. But now it's like, hey, do you guys know anybody who does this? Or like, I want to do this. Do you guys know anybody? So now it's more of like, I'm asking and receiving, and vice versa, giving and receiving. So yeah, it's super powerful that you had the courage to be like, hey, I want to do this. And then you got hooked up, dude. So, but yeah, as far as, so you've pretty much been on this health and holistic path for what, like over like 5 years?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
I started on my own path 10 years ago. But as far as
yeah.
coaching and just giving that type of support for about 6 years now. Yeah,
Nice, dude. It's crazy how
yeah,
just time flies, right? Yeah, because same thing.
yeah,
Same thing with me with my fitness coach, with my mentor. Like for years, I wanted to help people and do something positive, but I just didn't
yeah.
know what I wanted to do. Like, a mix of like self doubt and negative self comparison. Like my college friends, like, oh, Facebook, like, oh yeah, I got this job, I have this career, and I'm still like doing what I was doing and like kind of belittling myself. So
Yeah.
then finally I told him, I was like, hey dude, I want to become a personal trainer. Can you help me? And then he knew I was hungry, so it was like, okay. And he had his master's in like exercise science, physiology, and all this other stuff.
Nice.
He's like, all right, read all these books. Then I was like, he gave me like anatomy, physiology, kinesiology, all this other. I was like, what the fuck? What is this? I fully thought it was just about like reps and sets, right? But he was like, no, like if you really want to be a great coach or a great trainer, you have to know all this stuff. So then I was like, because my background's marketing, promotions, and communications, right?
Okay.
So yeah, that was my background. So I had like zero science, knowledge. So I was like, oh my God, I'm in for it, dude. But once, same thing like you, just self-study. I was like, I just dove into it, dude. It's like, I used to work at the hotel. I'm like on the computer, freaking out in Bellman, like looking up all fitness stuff, exercise
Love
anatomy and
that.
stuff. So I was like, I was
Yeah.
on a mission, dude. But
Yeah.
yeah, like same thing. Like even if you don't like have the means, like ask people. Like there's always people
Yeah, for sure.
who want to help. Yeah, because then like
Mm-hmm.
my whole thing too is like yeah, just like verbalize and speak it, because there are other people who are exactly in your shoes or who have been in your shoes who want to help,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
So
You
yeah,
you
kind of
have to
like
be.
I'll go for it. Yeah,
I was going to say, you have to be willing to put yourself out there and ask questions, right? Because, like, say, for example, I own my own coaching business now, but when I first started, I knew, like, I was not techie. Like, I was not like a technical person who like knew how to do certain things on the computer. And now it's like I'm working on my website, but I would have never gotten to this stage had I not, given myself permission to make mistakes, right? Like, okay, I'm just going to go for it. Like, I don't know when I'm going to move on this browser here, but you know what? It's my website anyway, so who cares, right? So it's like you have to be willing to put
yeah,
yourself,
yeah, yeah,
learn, right? And also share what you've learned. Like, don't keep it to yourself. I think people will remember that, like,
yeah,
oh, I remember, Jess
yeah,
helped me here. And, it'll eventually come back around, right? So ask questions. Don't be
yeah,
afraid to make mistakes. Put yourself out there. And once you're in a position where you feel like, oh, I learned something, teach it. Like, by all means, pay it forward. Yeah.
yeah. Well, the powerful thing you said too was give yourself permission, right? Yeah, so
Yeah.
like just give yourself permission to just take that step forward, or even just like peek out the window, like, hey, what's behind that door? Like, what's out that window? You know what I'm saying? Because like,
Yeah.
yeah, the worst can happen is like you're gonna like eat shit, you're gonna fall. It's like, oh crap, okay, I slipped on that freaking banana peel right there. I'm not gonna step
Yeah.
on that banana peel again. Let me walk around it, or let me
Right.
actually just take the banana peel and throw it away, so it's not in
Right.
my way again, right? Yeah, because
Yeah.
then you're never gonna know. I guess it's all this stuff. It's funny too, because like I was talking to a friend. It's like all the stuff that I've read about, and like self-help and all this other stuff. It's all pretty
Mm-hmm.
much the same shit, right? But it
Mm-hmm.
sounds so cliche. But once you actually go forward and give yourself permission and actually take the step towards nourishment and growth, it's like, damn, it is true. All of this is true, right? So yeah, so
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, if you guys are watching, because like I've been in a position too. It's like, it's like, oh man, what the fuck? Like this person just said what this person just said. It was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? But it's like, it's because it's true and it works, right? Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's just,
Mm-hmm.
and also just like the powerful feeling of just paying it forward. Like you said, like if you teach it, you get to learn it twice, right? So, and
Right.
then same thing. It's like a positive ripple. Like say you have the thing you know, if you toss it in the river and it's gonna make a ripple, right? And then you never know, the first wave is gonna hit someone, and then eventually that ripple is gonna even expand even more, right?
Yeah.
So then once you teach that person and the ripple that positive rock that you threw in the water, you never know what ripple, you never know how far that ripple's gonna reach, right? So it's like
The
us
impact,
talking,
yeah, for sure.
the impact, yeah, like us talking here, it's like, yeah, we're just focusing on us right here, and then possibly, we see people joining our life. What's up, Versace? Kapoor Batuki. But yeah, you never know, even just this talk, how powerful this talk's gonna be, how huge this impact is gonna be, right? So,
Right,
but yeah,
absolutely.
it's like, that little act of even kindness is gonna go a long way, dude. So,
Absolutely, for sure.
love it, dude. So solid. But yeah, as far as stuff that you're working on right now, as far as like sharing your positive high, or even just like through dance, like what's going on in your world right now? Like what are you working on? Like what kind of impact or programs do you have going on?
So what's going on? There's a lot going on this side, right? Even though we're all indoors, there's still a lot going on. Let's see. So my program is my 12-week program where I set the foundation for women, I mean, men too. But my clientele are mostly women. So it's a 12-week program where, once again, I'm helping them set the foundation for, say, for example, if they wanted to, incorporate more strength training into their routine, or they wanted to try a particular, which I hate this word, but like a particular diet plan. I come in and set the foundation mentally, emotionally, so that way they have the tools to then give themselves permission to step into whatever area they want to step into, while also being more aware and in tune with what's going on in here. Because then if you jump into a particular program and you haven't dealt with the foundation, the beginning stages of all of this, and say, for example, you're like, I'm going to try that 14-day detox, and then you don't finish, all of those, that narrative or those stories about you're not enough, you never finish, yada, 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 they start coming up. And that's why people go in these cycles, right? Because they jump into certain things without first being very, becoming self-aware and knowing or trying to understand why they do certain things the way that they do, right? So my 12-week program goes into that. I'm also creating some online programs right now. One of them being, yes, a cleanse, but it's not just like your juicing cleanse, or it's not just like your detox. No, we're cleansing the mind, body, and spirit. So that's not out yet, but it will be out, for those who are interested.
Ooh, sneak peek.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
nice.
It's not out yet, but you can subscribe to my email, and I'll send you all the info if you want to sign up for that. And then, it gives you a sneak peek of what my 12-week program is all about. So, yeah.
Nice. No, that's super solid. The crazy thing, two things. Like whenever you speak about like what you're doing as far as the impact, the sun, just like the clouds, like it clears up.
Awesome.
Dude, it's fucking nuts, dude. I was like, oh shit, this is amazing. But
That's
yeah,
awesome.
and then it's super cool, dude. Holy shit, it's crazy. And number two, as far as like what you say as far as your awareness, because my whole the 6 elements, so mindset is like your foundation, right? So
yeah,
exactly what you said. So for me, I kind of relate to nature. So a lot of people say like, oh, plant your seed of intent, right? So for example, the intent is the 14-day detox, for example, right? But it's like, what are you planting your seed in, right? So what is the soil that you're planting your seed in? Like, you could have the best, like, okay, I'm going to plant this orange tree. It's going to be the best orange tree, but then you plant it on some like shitty ass soil. It's like, and your soil is actually,
absolutely.
Your soil is appreciation and self-awareness.
Yes.
So once you're cultivating that soil of, appreciation of the fact that you are actually consciously creating change or getting ready to create change.
Mhm.
And then
Yeah.
self-awareness of like, okay, what is my soil made of? It's like, what are the past thoughts, the past narrative, or like, what is the story I tell myself whenever
I love that.
yeah, or like whenever I plant this orange tree seed or this seed of 14-day detox, right? So it's like, okay, cool. It's like okay, now my soil is ready to plant the
Yes.
seed, right? So then
There
now
you
you have
go.
your seed. Yeah, so now you have this seed of intent, and then speaking of sun, and then you have your water. So now you're gonna nourish the seed, the soil with water, which is your thoughts, right?
Yes.
So positive thoughts. You're watering the seed, and then you have the sunlight, which is action. So now you're feeding the
I
fire,
love
right?
that.
The fuel. So
Yeah.
now you're not only nourishing you with positive thoughts. Now you're actually creating more nourishment through action, right? So now you have this whole, and then put it all together with your environment, right? So surrounding friends, family, that's where you speak about what you, hey guys, I'm doing this 14-day detox. Can you help me out? Right? It's like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Can you keep me accountable? So now you have your environment, and now you have your whole ecosystem of just fucking goodness. So
I love that.
like,
I love that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so kind of just visualizing it that way kind of helped me kind of form. That's my whole formula for your positive high mindset. So it's like, I keep going back to this, but all the stuff you say and do is like the same shit I do. So it's fucking, it's solid,
I love it. There needs to be more of us out there.
I know, dude. And there are people out there. It's just like they're still fine tuning everything, right? So,
right.
But yeah, exactly, dude. Yeah, I think like same thing with shining your light. It's like right now it's like super dark, right? Like COVID-19, everyone's like, oh shit, oh, what's going on? What's going on? It's like for us, it's like we have our light. It's like, hey guys, check this shit out. We have like our lantern of like goodness, right? It's like this is Jess's lantern of light. This is Serge's lantern of light. It's like we're just like holding our light up in darkness. It's like we're not forcing it, right? We're just doing what we're doing, and then eventually, this is how like I visualize everything. Like now, eventually, people are in the dark. It's like, oh shit, is that light? It's like, hey, let's go towards that light. So now it's like, oh, what's that? And then there's Jess, like, hey guys, what's up? you guys want some of this? Yeah. So and then same thing is like,
for sure.
Like, hey, what's up, guys? Yeah. So that's how I'm kind of envisioning this whole process, especially like going online and everything.
Yeah.
So kind of like not even like scarcity. Same thing with you. Like don't even don't feel like, oh, I don't want to tell people what I'm doing because they're gonna take my idea. Oh, everyone's going online. I don't want to share my idea because someone's gonna take it. It's like, no, dude. Like, hey, if you want to take it, take it. It's like you're not me.
Yeah.
I am me. You know what I'm saying? So it's
for
like,
sure.
People are gonna work with me because they trust me. People are gonna work with you because they know you and trust you, right? So it's like, hey, if you want to do it, here, take it, fucking run with it.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, like, number one, just give me credit, right? Just like, hey, I run this fucking surge. Yeah. So, well, actually, you know what? Do what you want, because fucking, it's all, like you said, it's all gonna come back, right?
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. See, oh look, the sun's coming out. I told you, dude. You see?
Truth. Speak
but
truth.
same thing. So yeah, just kind of like keep shining your light too. But
thank you. Likewise.
Yeah, as far as going, oh, what is it? Oh shoot, we only got 9 minutes left. Look at that. See, that's what happens when you vibe out. But so usually the last maybe like 5-10 minutes, more of now it's more of a structure. Yeah, so kind of more of an outro, I guess you'd say. So say, dancing, your positive high as a child, even now, how did dancing kind of shape your view on, I guess, just your life and like the world, if that's kind of too vague?
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
You know what? That's a really good question. I haven't really thought about that, how it's shaped my, I have learned that when you do something that you naturally love, you really don't care how other people see it, how they feel about it, what they say. I mean, I hadn't thought about that, but now that you're asking, when I'm dancing, I don't care what you think.
Yeah.
you know, or I don't care what what your own narrative is. I really don't, but it's something that I just naturally love to do. It's my positive high. So, yeah, I'm really going to take that away from this. Is say, for example, right now, that we are trying to shine our light with what we're doing with our work. It should be the same, right? Um, we are doing our best to put positive things out there to help people get grounded again, and take the time to go within a little bit and ask those questions that maybe they've been avoiding for a long time. But yeah, thank you for asking me that. So I think what I've taken from dance and my positive high is that when you are truly shining your light and you're doing something you love, it doesn't matter what anyone says, right? It really doesn't. And you should allow yourself to enjoy it for what it is. And, give yourself permission to learn new moves, right? So like us, we're constantly learning. One thing we know for sure is that we don't know anything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, there's your answer.
Nice. That's solid, dude. Yeah. And then I know we kind of spoke upon it earlier, but as far as like if someone wants to work with you, how would they, like, the first steps as far as like getting into working with you as far as helping with their holistic health and stuff?
Yeah. Well, thank you for allowing me to use your platform to share this, but you can go to my IG page. There's actually a application for my program, because in the application, you'll get a very good idea of the type of people that I work with. So if you're looking for a very specific diet plan, you won't get that here. If you are looking for do this, not that, you won't get that here. So that's why I created my application. So you can go to the link in my bio, fill out the application. And then after you fill out the application, I'll get your
Ooh, frozen. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, it's cool. Yeah. So basically, yeah, we got so you got the link in the bio, and basically you get a whole kind of intro of what you're about,
yeah.
what you do, and everything like that. And then same thing. So you're gonna get the information, and then you probably set up a discovery call.
Yes. There you
Cool.
go.
Nice,
Yeah.
solid, yeah. But oh,
Yeah.
look at that, perfect. We are right on time.
Nice.
Now here's my little outro spiel. Thank you. Just kidding. No, but oh yeah, for real. I mean, we've been friends on Instagram for what, almost like 2 years now. I
Yeah.
appreciate,
Yeah.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate everything
Thank
that you're
you.
doing.
Likewise.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just keep doing what you're doing, because for real, you are making an impact. You know what I'm saying?
Thank
So,
you. Thank you.
yeah, like whenever I see your videos, just like everything like that you share, like I said, it's like I know this is you. Like, this is like genuine. This is just sharing your
Yeah.
experience and just wanting to help people. Yeah. So, thank you.
Yeah.
Keep shining your light, dude. Because
Thank you. Thank
we're
you.
going to be attracting people who need not only our help, but who just want to vibe with us. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. Thank you.
Yeah, dude. Again, oh, and then this is gonna be on YouTube, by the way. I finally got my
Oh,
YouTube up.
cool. Yay.
So yeah, so I'm gonna put it up within the next hour or so.
Okay.
I'll shoot you the link and stuff. But
Okay, cool.
yeah, guys, if you guys need some good vibes, you guys need some help with your holistic health, Coach Jess right here.
Yeah.
Again,
Thank
like
you.
usually every Thursday. Today's Aloha Friday, but every Thursday I have a guest on. Next week I have my good friend Tony. T-Man Rocks the Boat. So yeah, every Thursday, IG Live, dude. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, thanks. Other than that, Jess, you have a great day, yeah?
Thank you. You too.
Oh, well, is there one last thing you want to say to the crew before we get kicked off?
Just to make sure that you are giving yourself permission to start the day by, first and foremost, keeping your phone away and doing whatever it is that you do to share your gratitude with the day, right? So whether it's like, okay, let me connect within first, take a few deep breaths, name 3 things that you're grateful for at least. I know there's something, okay? I know there is. So connecting to source, whatever you call it, God, source, universe, connecting with that first, and then going from there, and drink water.
Yes, nice. Right on. So yeah, thank you so much. I'm gonna give you a call.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you guys for
Take
stopping
care.
by.
Bye.
Mahalo, Chihu, and all right, Aloha Friday. Bye.
Bye.